Hi guys. I don't know how long I've got. I could have 10 minutes. I could have 20 minutes. I don't know. Half an hour. Who knows? My household is so unpredictable. So I've got myself a coffee. First one of the day. Always tastes the best. Now I haven't had time to quickly tell everyone that I'm live. So I'm very quickly just going to tell a few. We've had an interesting couple of days. Hi, Emily. How are you? I'm so rushed today. I've had no time this morning. The kids are in the other room watching TV. So how long have I got? Woo, before the kids come running over to me. Don't know. So I haven't really had a chance to tell people that we're live. So what I wanted to do was I'm going to read out Kate's comment. Kate just sent me a comment. I think she might have just sent it. I wonder if she's on my messenger so I can tell her we're live. Kate, let's have a look. I'll just quickly post it. Let's tell a couple of people. Let's have a look. Now my wife's at the gym, but she hasn't given me long. I'm going to try and do some sneaky lives today, if possible. Not as easy as it sounds. Hi, Susan. Hi, Cherie. I'm just trying to very quickly message a couple of people. So I get... Let's tell Lorna. Hi, Lorna and Elizabeth. Lorna, how are you? Okay. So how is everyone this morning out there in the world of the Elvis community? So I wanted to read Kate's comment. Kate, now obviously yesterday. Okay, that'll do for now. Hi, Susan. So yesterday, obviously, we had quite a lot of lives. We did. It was unusual yesterday. I had enough time to do a lot of lives. I did 3 long lives, all defending Elvis and Lisa Marie in the Bloodline. And I did 1 long live defending Elvis and Lisa in the Bloodline as a dog walk. And then we just did a couple of small lives, just walking around, that weren't really defending lives. So I'm on my day off. My granddaughters, so saw Louis. Yeah. Thanks, Sherry. So now we had a very mixed bag of responses yesterday to my lives. Obviously, we were reading his defending. Yeah, Andrew Morenning. That got quite a big reaction. Sleepy in the USA. I bet it is 4:07 a.m. Well, here it's 10:07 a.m. So it's what it is. I want to try and, how can I explain this? I definitely have decided that the way we're going to defend is by trying to see all sides of what happened. Yeah. Whether it be Priscilla or Elvis, of course. The big picture, and then exposing the wrongdoing. So Priscilla's wrongdoing, basically. Come on, let's face it. Priscilla is the main person that has wronged Elvis and Lisa Marie and Riley and Finney and Harper. Priscilla is guilty of some serious wrongdoing. But the way I want to defend it is by doing it in a way where we're being quite honest. So we're sort of saying, come on, Elvis may have done this, but he didn't deserve that. Get it? I've always said this, the only real thing that Elvis ever did wrong is sometimes he was unfaithful. Sometimes, not always. A lot of the girls that Elvis liked were just friends. So now with Priscilla, we can name 100 things, can't we? Hi, Emily. With Priscilla, 7:08 in Melbourne. With Priscilla, come on, it's hundreds of things. It's hundreds of things. Come on, I could sit here all day and list Priscilla's wrongdoing. But I still, to be credible, I still want to do it in a way where I go, well, hang on a minute. Elvis may have done this, but look what Priscilla did. Look how far Priscilla went. Look how extreme Priscilla went. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? I have to come across as fair to be credible. Because if I just sit here and call Priscilla names, I'm going to look stupid. If I'm going to sing in a funny voice and call her funny names and take the mick out of her plastic surgery and insult her over and over again, I just look stupid. Now, if I break down and list Priscilla's wrongdoing, and that exposes her, yeah, because Priscilla, let's face it, guys, Priscilla is capable of some pretty nasty things, yeah, and it's been proved again and again that she can be very cold and heartless and selfish, yeah. Kate, we're just about to read your comment. Good timing. So, the point of what I'm trying to say to you guys is we have to defend Elvis and the bloodline in a way that is believable. We can't just sit here and call Priscilla names. I don't like that way of defending. Yeah? Yeah, we expose Priscilla's wrongdoings, but we don't just make it up as we go along. We don't just go like, we don't just sit here and insult her every 30 seconds just to get everyone on side. Because I could sit here for half an hour, call Priscilla names, disgusting names, and I'm sure that some people may even like that. But I can't do that. We have to expose each thing that she did wrong. So Kate sent me a comment. I wanted to read Kate's. All right, Kate. All right, I'm doing it now. I've only just got it. So I did read it. And I thought your comment was very fair. Yeah. So, hi, Louis. It's Kate. Sorry about yesterday, but I had to go. I think it was a lie. I think Priscilla and her mother were very alike. And her mother was all for Priscilla. Obviously, I would say that some of Kate's views are based on what's in this book. Yeah. What's in this book. It shows a very different story on the mother and her involvement with Priscilla to pursue Elvis. Yeah? So, you know, the big plan. Yeah? My brother's on. So I'm reading a comment. Yeah, as my brother says. Hi, Andreas, bro. Hi, bro. My bro's on, guys. We need, when we expose wrongdoing, we need to back it up with proof. I agree with that. We can't just say this is what I think. We have to go, right, that happened, and here's the proof. Yeah? Which we do. Right, so let me read this comment before Kate has to go. All say hello to my bro, Andreas, my twin, yeah? I think Priscilla has her mother was very alike, and her mother was all for Priscilla. Sure, they had their ups and downs, like mother, daughter, but in my opinions, they were extremely close. So again, I did say to Kate, yeah, I do believe there were times they were close, but through the period where she meets Elvis, Priscilla tells us that she was constantly arguing with her parents. Yeah, it was really tough. Yeah. That'll be more based on, where's the book? That'll be more based on this version of events. Yeah, this version of events, Priscilla makes it very clear that her and her parents were at loggerheads. But of course, if this is a load of lies, then maybe they were very close. So I get Kate's point. Yeah. So we're sort of analysing it, aren't we? They had their ups and downs like any mother-daughter, but in my opinion, they were extremely close. Right, this is Kate's opinion, okay, guys? I can't say the same about her father. I feel what she said later in many interviews about what she put her parents through was protecting her because they allowed it all to happen. That's a good point, Kate, yeah? It does seem they allowed it all to happen, maybe even planned it, maybe even pushed her into it. Yeah. I do believe her parents encouraged it. Absolutely. But in my opinion, what Priscilla wanted, Priscilla got. Okay? Remember Kate's opinions. What Priscilla wanted, Priscilla got. I believe that her and her mother were as thick as thieves. In fact, I think Priscilla genuinely grieved for her mum when she died, and I believe that was a real loss for her. Well, yeah, I think the interviews I've seen, Priscilla makes it very clear that she became much closer to her parents when they become elderly. Yeah? So 100%. Don't forget, this is Priscilla's version. Yeah? So 100% when she lost her mum, she seriously grieved. Yeah? I think that's correct. Yeah? I think we'll go along with that. Obviously, if you have different opinions, guys, please put it in the comments. Yeah? It's strange how we can all watch the same interviews and see completely different things. I think we're all guilty of that. As I said before, I don't believe for a second Priscilla had anything to do with Lisa's death. Yeah, come on, guys. We've had this out the 3-4 days ago, and we have very strong opinions on Lisa losing her life. God rest her soul. We miss her, and the DNR and many other things. Yeah, but we're not going to go into that now. And she says, it's just crazy. It's a step too far. I don't love or hate Priscilla. So my thing with Priscilla is this. I'm disgusted with the things she's done, but I don't have hate in me. So when I discuss these different things, I'm not coming from hate. I'm coming from defending Elvis, defending Lisa, defending Riley, exposing the wrongdoing. It's always that way. You won't see me get angry or name calling, or I just won't do it. I'll list facts. I'll do that. They never hate with me. I don't think anyone is saying Priscilla wanted that to happen to her daughter, but I think to say that she was in denial, I completely disagree with. Now, I think what it is, we were talking about the alleged sexual abuse of Michael Edwards that has been admitted in this book by Michael Edwards. We have to say it's alleged because YouTube won't want me to say something as fact that has not been proven. So we believe Lisa, but we must say it's alleged. Okay, guys? Now, one of the comments I made when we were discussing the alleged abuse that I do believe happened, in my opinion, just for entertainment purposes, not a fact, I do believe Lisa. I believe Lisa. She put it in this book. I do believe her. Okay? 100%. I believe her. But that doesn't mean that, you get it, guys. Yeah, there we are, Kate. You got the same idea as me. We can be passionate, we can say our views, we can give our argument, but we'll do it in a proper way. Yeah? Let's have a look. So what I did mention was I said in my comment a few days ago that I think Priscilla was so obsessed with Michael Edwards, the model, the guy in Terminator, the guy who committed the abuse, Priscilla's long-term boyfriend of 6 or 7 years, alleged abuse, that I think Lisa was really trying to tell Priscilla what was happening. And what I said the other day was that Priscilla was so obsessed with Michael Edwards, yeah, definitely didn't want it to break up, didn't want to lose him, that she just couldn't see it, that Lisa was screaming out, help me, which is gutting, which is heart-wrenching. And I mentioned that I thought Priscilla was in so much denial that she just would not accept the truth, what was really happening. And this is a massive mistake that Priscilla made that seriously impacted Lisa's life. And probably one of the worst things that Priscilla has ever done in her whole life was not properly seeing what was happening to her daughter at the hands of Michael Edwards, even leaving Michael Edwards alone with Lisa while she pursued her career, while she put herself first. Priscilla put her own ambitions first. So that was what I was trying to say, that she was in denial. Obviously, Kate doesn't think that. I completely disagree. So to say Priscilla was stupid in her dealings with this is not strong enough, in my opinion. No, it's a crime. It's a crime that Priscilla didn't jump in and stop what was happening and kick that man out and get him arrested. 100%, he should have been arrested. I still now say we want justice for Lisa Marie. I say it every day. Michael Edwards should be arrested and questioned. And because Priscilla was the responsible parent, same goes for her. She should be questioned. Just an opinion, guys. It's unforgivable for a mother to practically ignore her daughter being allegedly abused and assaulted by her lover boy. I agree. I totally agree with that comment. Michael Edwards wasn't the only man that she showed obsessive behaviour with. Yeah, I can see that as well. I am going to read your comments, guys. Let's have a look. I can honestly say that she didn't know. I can't honestly say that she didn't know anything was happening, as Lisa said she was focused on her career and her boyfriend, innit? Don't forget that Michael Edwards was a very difficult boyfriend. He clearly unfaithful, drugs, alcohol, partying. This was a violent man, a womanizer. You know, this was a very difficult relationship. It wasn't all happy days. Yeah, I do think Priscilla was obsessed with him. I can't honestly say. Let's have a look. Lisa's book has more info on it. Yeah, so it's obviously Lisa talks about it. She put it on tapes. Riley kept it in there. I've always said I'm so pleased that Riley Q kept the horrible details in this book so the world can know. Now, we are upset that the book is being ignored and has been brushed under the carpet. We're upset about that, but at least it's there. At least we can say we have something in black and white from the daughter, from the victim, to the daughter of Priscilla, victim of Michael Edwards. We got something here in black and white. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows if any justice will ever come? At least it's out there. At least Michael Edwards is in this world and everyone thinks he's an abuser. Yeah? Would we agree with that? He's alive. His daughter's tried to defend him. He's tried to deny this, even though he's admitted it in this book. And it was, and Lisa said it on the Howard Stern show. At least there's some kind of comeback now, because obviously there's tens of thousands of people that think he is an abuser. Yeah, do you agree, guys? Even though he hasn't been prosecuted, which he should be, the world does know. Yeah, the world does know. Right, don't worry, I'm going to read your comments, guys. Unless my wife turns up, then I've got to get off. But anyway, we'll see. So, Michael Edwards wasn't the only man she was obsessed with. I can't honestly say that she didn't know anything was happening. And Lisa Marie said she was focused on her career. Lisa has more info on it in her book. Right. She did speak to her mother about it. We can't ignore the fact that Priscilla blamed her daughter for the bruises, which is, yeah, this Lisa said, yeah, which is an absolute joke. Again, this obsessiveness that she had towards her boyfriend, Michael Edwards. You know, he was with her 6-7 years. She was with him 6-7 years. This abuse may have happened from age 10 up until 15, yeah? Yeah? So, alleged. Remember, alleged. I have to say alleged. So, yes, the bruises were shown. Of course, Priscilla should have got him arrested, kicked him out, and she didn't. She was, I keep saying it, she was in denial. She didn't want to see the truth because she was obsessed with this man. Just an opinion. Okay? But it is unforgivable, and she should be held to account for poor Lisa as a victim of what happened. You know? Priscilla is as much to blame for the abuse as Michael Edwards. I say that clearly now, guys. Priscilla is as much to blame for the abuse to Lisa as Michael Edwards, because she was responsible. She was the protector of Lisa. So obviously Lisa's living with Priscilla, Michael Edwards. Priscilla was the parent responsible for anything that happens to Lisa. She did not properly protect her daughter, Lisa Marie. Unfortunately, that did a lot of damage. Right. We can't ignore the fact that, let's have a look. Her mother was allowing it to continue by kicking him out. Right. So she didn't have to. Right. Let me just go back a bit. We can't ignore the fact that Priscilla blamed her daughter for the bruises, so she didn't have to deal with it. Her mother allowing it to continue by not kicking him out. So that's a difficult one, guys. Because the big question that we're all asking is, did Priscilla know? I say to you in the comments, did Priscilla know? Because obviously, if she knew, then it's allowing it. Yeah? If she was in denial, then she just made a complete fool of herself, and the poor victim was Lisa. So I put it in the comments now, guys. Did she know? What do you think? Or was she so obsessed with Michael Edwards that she couldn't see the truth? She couldn't see what was happening. There's a big point here. I think Kate is saying, from Kate's point of view, her mother was allowing it to continue by not kicking him out. Now, there's another point. So if she did know and allowed him to stay living with Priscilla, with Lisa, that makes it even worse. Yeah? Because if you know your daughter's being abused, allegedly, and you allow the person who's doing it to still live with you because you're obsessed with him, you are as guilty as the man. Yeah? So my grey area, me, I find it hard to imagine that Priscilla actually knew it was happening. I find it very difficult that a parent, knowing her child was being abused, allowed it to continue. That I struggle with that, because I'm like, as Priscilla has made so many mistakes, has done so many things wrong, has been very selfish in her life, very cruel in her life, not just cruel to Elvis, cruel to Lisa, very greedy, cunning, so many things. But is she so bad that she would allow abuse so that she could keep her boyfriend? I'm going to ask you that, guys. Is she so cruel that she would allow abuse to her daughter as a child to keep her boyfriend? I'm asking you that. Can you leave it in the comments, guys? It's very important that I get your take on things. Yeah? Obviously, I'm putting the facts out there and hoping we get a response. Yeah? Hi, Tony. How are you? Morning to you. It's quite a serious topic. I don't have that long, so I'm rushing a little bit. Let's have a look. One bruise on your child is out the door and assault charges to follow. I agree. 100% I agree. If she knew, or was she in denial? This is the big question we're asking. Did she know, or was she in denial? Yeah? Another thing, it's said in Scientology that children get blamed for this type of thing, and I have heard that. Is that true, guys? Does Scientology allow this kind of behavior? Do they blame the child? Yeah? The whole thing is sickening and shocking, and reading this section in Lisa's book is heartbreaking. Yeah, come on, guys. It's gutting. It's all gutting, isn't it? We want justice for poor Lisa, who took the time to put it on tapes and asked her daughter to finish that book. Riley went out of her way to make sure that book was finished, and she kept the gory details in the book. And she did a world tour promoting the book so the world could know what happened. Remember, Riley could have removed it. Riley could have removed the gory details, yeah? And we wouldn't know, yeah? So I will keep saying this to people that are not happy with Riley. She didn't have to finish the book, and she didn't have to keep the very gory details in this book. She even exposes Priscilla in the book. Lisa felt unloved. You get what I'm saying, guys? Yeah? The whole thing is sickening and shocking. I'm reading this section in Lisa's book. It's heartbreaking. Lisa had to endure so much. I'll leave it there. Well, I fully agree. I fully agree. A great comment from Kate. I think it really, the thing I liked about that comment as soon as I read it was it really opens this up for debate. It opens the topic up of Priscilla. Did she or didn't she not? Did she or did she not know? Did she know and was in denial? Was she prepared to do anything to keep her boyfriend, Michael Edwards, even turning a blind eye to what was really happening? So you get it, guys? Right, okay, let's try and read as many of your comments as I can before my wife turns up. I'm going to go backwards because I'm not sure how much time I've got in case my wife turns up. So I think Riley's plans to do book 2 because she has more tapes. I hope so. Susan, has it been confirmed that there's more tapes? I'd really like to know that because I don't know if there are or not. But you would think there were. Let's have a look. Karen, even if she had an inkling, which without doubt she did, Lisa told she is guilty in my opinion and she thought of herself. Yeah, I agree with that, Karen. Morning, Karen. Hope you're well. So Kate says she kept him around for years. Priscilla, I don't believe she was as obsessed with him as you think. She still had other men when she was away, Louis. It's difficult. It's a difficult process. Yeah, so it's difficult. This is difficult for me to try and I'm trying to be as fair as I can. Now, I get the feeling she was obsessed with him. I get the feeling that everything that she saw was what's the word? Her views on everything were warped by how obsessed she was with Michael Edwards. Yeah? Does that make sense? You take Michael Edwards away, Priscilla would have been different. You put Michael Edwards in the mix, this abusive relationship. Don't forget they were living together, they've been together for years. And you know, is it uncommon that people are with the wrong kind of partner and because of it they can't see the truth? They can't see the truth. I think it's more common than you think. Telling your child you tried to abort them is disgusting and not coming from a nurturing, caring love. Yeah, I agree. Come on, you never tell your child anything like that, ever. She's upstaged Lisa's book party to try. Yeah, I think that is, Susan, isn't that the plan? If Priscilla brings out a book, isn't that the plan, to upstage Lisa to try and win public approval, to try and make the public feel that this is bullshit? Isn't that Priscilla's plan? She wants to rewrite the story of what happened with her and Elvis after she left Elvis. Isn't that what the book, that Priscilla's book's going to be about? Her career, her modelling, her life after 1972, 71. From Michael Edwards onwards. No, from Mike Stone onwards. And then rewriting history. Remember, I keep saying it, guys. This book is a trash book. It rewrites history. I don't believe any of it. The public have fallen for this book. The public have been scammed by the book Elvis and Me for 40 years, guys. I really believe that. They still believe it now, which is a damn shame. Priscilla's actions speak for themselves. Nasty, cruel, and cold, and unloving. I'm going to have to agree with that. Cherie, I'm with you on this. It's not denial in my eyes. She's allowed. It's proof that she knew of the abuse and then leaves her alone with Michael Edwards for weeks on end. So this is the grey area. Did she know? I ask you, did she know? Because it makes a big difference. Because if Priscilla did know there was abuse, that is horrific. If she didn't know because she was in denial, because she was obsessed with Michael Edwards, it's still terrible, but in a different way. Priscilla said she can't handle Lisa. Yeah, I mean, I will say this. As a father of teenagers, they are very difficult from about 12, 13 onwards. They're bloody difficult, yeah? So her saying that is pretty standard thing, I would say. Surely you as parents out there have been through the crazy teenage years. Karen, Emily, yes, totally. Then to leave them with a person that has been accused of it, discussing, my mother should keep you safe. Yeah. So again, we all are always going back to the same thing. Did she know? Did she know? There's a high chance she may have done. But if she did, it's pretty crazy. I tried to write that without being too shocking. My feeling on this are far stronger. Okay. Right. It's a brilliant comment, Kate. My two older sisters are from different fathers, and I can't ever remember my mother talking about it. So look, I think when Priscilla found out about her biological father, her life is changed for some reason. I would have believed my child without a doubt. The person would have been very sorry. Yeah. So again, we don't clearly know what was said to Priscilla, but this book does give the impression that she told her, and that Priscilla couldn't see it, or was in denial, or just all went along with it and just allowed it. This is how complex this is, guys. This is, these are big. The comments we're saying here are very serious, very serious. So the more we know what happened, the better, I think. If I had any inkling that something was wrong with my partner and child, yeah, he'd be straight out the door. Definitely, 100%. Poor Lisa must have felt so unsafe with her mother and Edwards. She was so safe with her father, and then to lose him and end up abused. It's tragic. It is tragic. It is tragic. It's like, I keep saying this, the victim in all of this is Lisa. Lisa, it's tragedy, because the effect of the abuse wasn't 1 week, 2 weeks. It was for the rest of her life. Yeah? It must have tainted how she saw her own mother. It must have. Yeah, Jimmy, I can completely understand why people don't like Priscilla. I completely understand it. I've never said I like her. Yeah? I've never said I like Priscilla. I'm disgusted by Priscilla's behavior towards Lisa, towards Elvis, towards Riley. I will never say I like Priscilla. I would never do that. I just don't like to use the hate word. I don't like it. I don't like that word. Paul Bueller was very little taught, but I'm told that he's a pervert. Suzanne Finstan's book said that. Right. Okay. I don't know about that, Susan. I know nothing about Paul Bueller. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I literally know nothing. Right. I think my wife's turned up, so I might have to go. So, guys, we're going to come back to another live. Hi, Marianne. Okay, I got to go. My wife's here. But I think I've read all the comments. Right, I'm just saying goodbye, all. So, guys, we'll come back. We're going to do another live stream. Yeah, of course, Susan, we're always going to expose Priscilla's wrongdoings. Always, always. So, guys, can I just ask you, please do comment on this video, on this live stream. It's important to me that I get your points of view. Do you believe she knew? Things like that. Yeah, that's the most important thing. Do you think that Priscilla knew about the abuse? That is the number one question I'm asking you. Carly, how are you, Carly? Tony, I hope you're well. Carly, did I forget you? So thank you, all of you, and Jane, all of you for joining. Carly, sorry, your comment skipped. Carly, it did skip, sorry. Carly, I didn't see your comments, honestly. Because what it is, the way that we read the comments, it skips up, so it jumps past comments. So, Carly, you're very welcome here. And all of you are. All of you are. I haven't read all the comments, unfortunately, because it keeps jumping up and down. Take care, guys. I'll be back. All the best to everyone. All the best to Carly. Thanks, everyone, guys. See you later.